question is inspiration or insecurity? How does social media affect the 21st century youth positively or negatively?
So how does social media affect the youth?
Yeah.
Does it have a negative or positive impact or both?
I think it's a mixture of both, because you could really source out a lot of like inspiration from social media at the same time. Like Instagram, bro. Instagram will demoralize you. Like you look at some like beautiful woman over there and you're like, and then at the same time you want to be them, but at the same time you don't want to be them, you know?
But I feel like a lot of people hide behind social media. Negatively, people are living a fake life or trying to be somebody that they're not. And they're trying to portray that on like, as you mentioned, Instagram, or like they have a YouTube channel and they start like vlogging a life that's not even
as a teenager, you're still kind of growing, you're still developing, you haven't developed.
You don't know what's right and wrong here.
Exactly.
You don't know what you
Your parents have told you what's right and what's wrong, but you're still discovering yourself as a person. You know what I mean? So you're bound to be exposed to what the good that social media has to offer and the bad that social media has to offer.
Question on that, because you mentioned about something about people having fake lives and selling, giving a perception that isn't real. Is it wrong to do that?
It depends. I think it depends.
Hold on. Yeah, go.
Because you know you have certain people, example, social media influencers, whose life basically depends on selling you a perception that could not be true. You know? But other people who just do it for the sake of doing it because, you know.
Yeah.
So I think it depends.
But having said that though, like, I mean, yeah, like we said, there's positive and negative effects. I think that definitely the upside to it is that it's good for branding and things, and like putting your brand out there, you know what I mean? And if you're trying to start a business or if you're trying to, you know, reach a certain clientele, like it can be really beneficial. So I think it also depends on how are you using your platform as well. And I mean, everything comes down to choice as well. You don't have to follow that person that's like, you know, putting out that negative, you know, persona and whatnot. It all comes down to you as well. What are you doing with your time?
I love social media. I love social media. I love Twitter. I feel like it's so informative. Half of the things I would never know about if I didn't read about it first on Twitter. I think it's a great way to use for real. I think it's a great way to keep up with people. I haven't seen Mark in 55 years, but I know how his days have been going just because I follow him on Twitter. I think it's a great way to keep up with people without being in their face all the time.
True.
And
Gaila, you said, like when Kreda was saying the question about sort of like that appearance versus reality of putting yourself out there in something that you may not have, and you said that's wrong. So now what's your belief, or what do you feel about people that fake it until they make it, and they actually do make it because they faked it?
I live by fake it till you make it. I live by that. But I just feel like it's about your intentions, like Yolanda said. I mean, not Yolanda, like Yasmina said. If it's like for business and this is how you make your money, by all means, it's not fake. It's your job, do you know what I mean? But now if you're trying to create this persona just like for nothing really, for life, I think it's kind of sad. You know? I think that's kind of sad.
But I think in terms of like insecurities, it's actually quite a big thing that we should actually focus on, because you have people killing themselves, starving themselves, because actually social media has given birth to a lot of insecurities like in society.
I don't relate to any of them. Wait. The reason why I'm saying that, I don't relate to, like, I mean, I can look at anybody on Instagram, it will not affect me because I'm sure about myself. I know what I'm about. So I don't know, like a lot of women, they'll be like, I want to be like this girl or whatever, to affect them in a way that I can't do this, I can't do that. You've got to know yourself. You've got to be, you know, proud of yourself. Or if you know that you've got, let's say, a short leg, just work that short leg, whatever, you know.
Like, question, have you ever had an experience where you looked at, like, let's say you looked at someone's page? I've had this experience, and I know some friends of mine have had this experience, where you look at someone's page and you're like, you just feel depressed, like you don't even want to look at your phone anymore, because you're like,
you see, that's
I think it depends on the person.
Yeah.
Like I think it honestly depends on the person.
But like
for me, for instance, when I see Huns on Instagram, I'm like, damn, this is
Slide.
fun. But I don't want to be like her. I don't want her that.
Yeah.
I'm happy to be content with what I have. Content with who I
You
am.
need to be, that's the thing, you need to be confident enough in your own exactly. You need to you can admire, like they always say, you can admire someone else's beauty without having to question your own.
Exactly.
Like, you like the picture, oh, this girl's fun. Like, keep it moving.
I agree with Yasmin. I think she's bringing up quite a very important point that we keep on brushing under the rug. Is that what we are addressing is the youth, and the youth. Like as much as we sound confident, we get to an age, and reality is that it's only with time that I grow into myself. So someone that's 17 that is exposed to these things, you can't just be like, be confident. I think it's a little bit even irresponsible.
Yeah, exactly.
So, but then for the person that is in a journey and is exposed to this reality, how do they move forward?
Just want to find like Dale. How do you tackle it? Because the thing is also. We also got to understand that we cannot remove the fact that we are black people and there are different demographics and there are different ways to handle things and face things. And how would you tackle something like that? I don't know. I don't want to bring. I want to.
No,
actually do want to bring it.
How does white
I'm what? Okay.
I'm
Let me just say something. When I was in primary school, nursery school, it was a time after apartheid. So we were all interacting, whites, blacks. That's how life was. Do you understand? So I wasn't brought up in that background where there would be that line where you can't cross. I was brought up where everyone was.
Would you say that you're equally influenced by black influences and white?
100%.
On Instagram.
Because my Instagram is filled with black girls.
Yeah.
So your followers, it's equal black and white.
But wouldn't you say that's
Does that change for you? Does that change for you?
No.
Yeah.
Let me say something. You guys can go have a look at my followers. Maybe you can look at another white guy and he might not have the same followers as I do.
But not your followers, who do you follow? Like influences wise, like not like people that you know, just like people who have interesting feeds that you want to
If
see.
there's for example, there's a ex-footballer retired, Clarence Seedorf.
Oh,
I'm sure you guys know.
Come on.
I love the style of his play. I love the way he moves with the ball. I love everything about the man. So I follow him on Instagram. Doesn't mean because he's black.
I think it's also about your preference, and what that person is actually good at. For example, this guy, maybe a football player that happens to be white and he just happens to be good and you happen to follow him. I think that race, if we're going to use race in that term, for me, and like with regards to social media, it doesn't make sense to attach race to someone's talent and then they follow it. Nah, if you're good at something, you're good at something. Your race shouldn't determine, you know what I mean? That's Vanessa. I agree with Vanessa when she says we have youngsters at the age of 17, 16, they turn to social media, they see girls twerking, they see girls dressing half naked, they see Black China having kids and doing all these funky stuff, and then they look at that and they think, you know what, she's a baddie, I want to be like her, I want to thrive like her, I want the easy way out. And that for me is dangerous.
Yeah, that's where the problem is.
If you're prone to always looking at other people's lives, whether it's social media, whether it's real life, it will always be you. You'll be at the office saying, oh, why can't this person be like me? You'll be at the picture saying, oh, why can't I be more like that? If you're prone to it will always
question directed to you. I remember before when we used to watch Jersey Show or when you watch a woman. What's that thing you get that black show with those women?
Atlanta.
I know that Mark hates that.
Basketball. That's my show.
Because they always say in our group, they always say that you stop behaving like that. Do you guys think, let's make it direct? What are the negativity that you've seen directly impact women because of social media? And by social media, I include TV.
Yeah,
I think
it's Twitter. I hate Twitter. I hate Instagram.
Be careful.
Like, it's got so many followers though.
Give me some.
No, but the personally I hate it because it normalizes things that should not be.
So true.
Like what?
Do you think it's okay?
Let him land.
I'll tell you, twerking, guys, Jesus. as appealing as it is to see twerking and whatnot, like, guys.
But twerking happens in real life. Twerking is normal. Twerking happens in real life.
It happens. But there's a difference between seeing something and accepting it and normalizing it.
Yeah.
So, for example, what Twitter has done, Twitter has made the fuckboy cool. Now,
What? It has not made the fuckboy.
It has. I'm more likely to get ass sliding into a DM and saying, yo, what's good, than sliding into a DM and saying, hey, let me take you out for lunch.
No.
At the end of the sentence.
Oh, is that what you're saying?
You know what it is? At the end of the sentence.
With me, the females say I look like a fuckboy. Normalization, Twitter. You people. Damn it.
At the end of the day, as humans, okay, we all have something that ignites something in our souls. So, for example, do you enjoy football? Because it doesn't, you don't look at it and you don't say to yourself, this really offers something to me.
So you don't think that social media has a direct negative?
No.
Nothing at all.
You know what I think?
I'm not looking at it. You can be insecure about your eyebrows. And you can
That was touchy.
Renee, that was touchy. People are all the coloring pencils.
About the thing about the twerking though, Mark, like I agree with you completely. It might not be, you see it on social media or whatever, but that's maybe not what you want in real life. But at the same time, guys, who endorses this? It's us.
Exactly.
If you go into those comments and everything, majority of the comments, who is it? It's guys. It's weird comments. It's trolls, things like that. So what can we do now? That's the thing. Social media has brainwashed us, guys, into thinking, yes, like we said, that certain behavior is okay. But now for young kids, young girls and things like that, guys, it starts with education. I think that that's very important. Exactly, in the house and everything, telling like, listen, this is social media, this is not real life. It is not a measure of your self-worth. You have yourself as a value.
Exactly.
But can we identify what is negative first?
Things that aren't supposed to be normal are normal now. Everybody wants to be the hero, but doesn't realize that some people will see you as the villain. So what I mean by that is that everybody thinks that they're doing things with the right intention. This is my thing. This is what I believe in, and people are gonna see it the same way, and that's really the case.
Like, bad boys used to win no matter what. It's not. It's still the same thing. Sliding the DM, just another avenue. You get into the same place in a different way. You know what I mean? Bad boys win.
I agree with you.
But I hear what you're saying, but that's what I'm saying is the problem is that accessibility. So, for example, when we grew up in Yobo, there's no DSTV. There's open time. My woman crush Monday was Karabu Moroka. 100%. But you know what I'm saying? So now, if I have a son, my son literally on his phone can see anybody and anything. And he's growing up with that idea of this is what beauty is. When I was in Linksville Primary, we went to a white school. But my idea of beauty was white girls. Because that's what I was exposed to. And you know what I'm saying?
But
that's what I'm saying. So what I'm saying is that social media has made things easier to be accessed. Which is a good
I think it's a good thing. I think it's a good thing that social media has made things easily accessible because you can't have an incubator baby. I'm sorry. Twerking is happening. Fuckboys are winning. Like, that's what's happening. And you need to expose the sooner you expose, okay, not your children, but the sooner you expose your teenager to the reality, the sooner they can decide, they can decide who they actually are. I feel like it's happening.
Let's direct
You can't deny it.
something. From Jones, at some point I really want to know from you. What is negative? But then how many did you hear?
I think for me personally, I feel like social media is a tool.
Okay, it's like a hammer. A hammer, you can use it to build your home, but you can also use it to destroy your home. You know what I'm saying? So it's like social media has the positive and has the negative stuff. You as a person have the choice to decide, okay, am I going to entice? Am I going to entice? And I get what everybody's saying, because the problem with the youth is that the youth are still growing. So they'll almost grab onto anything. So they will almost, they're growing up fast, and they will grab onto anything that seems cool or pleases their immediate want, not need, but their immediate want right now. At school, everyone's twerking, so where do I learn how to twerk? Queen twerks on whatever, you find the things there, you can do all the things. There's places that teach you how to do the thing. But as what social media does is that it opens up a platform and gives you, there's inspirational stuff, there's church stuff, there's educational stuff, but there's also bad stuff, there's a negative thing, and then you choose which direction you want. I think it's our role as the older generation, or as parents, as big brothers and older sisters, to guide the kids and to also show them that, listen, yes, that stuff is there. People are twerking, man. People are twerking and they do the things.
Sorry to interrupt you, but I still feel like we're talking about it on the outside. Let's get it. Let's be specific, because he's saying that it's our role as parents. Someone watching this doesn't have a role as a parent. Be direct. What is it negative about social media? Because now we're talking about it in a way to make it nice to
let me go in. Mark has already.
Can I just?
Yes. First of all, the excessive amount of unity has been made so normal. I think I had a friend who told me that the
Imagine! Unity is now feminism.
Weird! Now
If I want to protest, I can't just walk around with my dick hanging out and saying I'm protesting for men equality, or, you know, if I do that, I need to do that knowing that that picture is gonna end up somewhere, and somebody's gonna see that picture, and then somebody's gonna judge that picture for what they see. They may not even see the whole protest around it. You know, and you need to be very sure. You free the nipple woman need to be very, very sure about what you do. You know, some of you don't even have nice nipples, and you're out here in the streets with your nipples out and.
It's like, it is crazy that, like, a friend of mine was telling me that now people don't even need porn anymore. You can just go into social media and all the things are right there. People are doing the things right there. It's right. It's the truth. Snapchat.
You know what the problem is? Hold on. The problem is, that's how it starts. You say that you ask who you following. You don't understand that one person doing something here will be affecting somebody over on this side. Because now you have a young girl, 16, 17 years old, who has no idea what's happening on social media, and I'm saying, but then now she's going out to Braamfontein, she's out with her homegirls, it's like, listen, I'm gonna have lunch or coffee or something, and here you have two girls out here, big, out here.
They wear see-through shirts.
No, I said breast to show, and I've seen this myself as well. And now, there's nothing wrong.
There's nothing wrong with that.
So you go do it in the streets.
There's nothing wrong with that.
That's okay for her. Who are you to go and tell her?
No, you know what your problem is? Your problem is that your point or your opinion trumps everybody else's.
No.
I feel like you'll be watching this and you'll see that, hey, listen, every time I try to say something, she spoke.
That's
I'm sorry, this is exactly what Mark was saying. That social media has normalized so many things. Because now from what you're saying that everything is permissible. I can't tell you what you can't do. Tomorrow if your friend comes to you and says that, you know what, last night I got it in with my brother, with my father, you're going to be like, boom. What you do at home is what you do. Because what you're like today is the nipple. Tomorrow is what you dip in your
Exactly, and one of the things I feel like you guys just definitely did not have enough time to think about it, and you thought, okay, great. The only way you can get our attention is by showing us your breasts.
Exactly,
You see, and unfortunately it worked. One. Two, but then now it created a new era of, hey, listen, I'm going to do this for attention. Now on the gram, on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, all these, how many more people do you see, or how many more women do you see freeing the nipple as compared to 10 years ago?
But why do you feel like you can tell them what they want to do with their bodies?
Because then obviously when you turn the whole situation around, it's men are trash. And I'm not saying it's because of you guys showing your nipples.
And you know, I was just discussing this with harmony.
I
It's
know,
not okay.
I
It's
know,
not okay. The rapist is wrong. Every time women must adapt.
She's doing it again.
Women must adapt to the man. Yeah, this time.
Carry on, Nipple, carry on.
So something that Van highlighted was what is happening on social media that is impacting women negatively.
Yeah.
You see, one thing that I've seen that is normalized so much is just the simple fact of a gent referring to a woman as bitch. Something that I
But
find.
that was before though, even.
Now it's become intensified.
Music does that as well.
I got a bad bitch.
Putting it all under one bubble.
Some girls enjoy it. Some women.
Part 2.
Yeah, but not just because some girls enjoy it doesn't mean that I can now see, oh listen, you're a normal girl, I can say to you. You see,
You're not being.
you need to be selective. No, I'm saying you need to be selective. I feel like social media doesn't allow people to actually do what is supposed to be done.
Okay,
What is supposed to be done?
What is supposed to be done? I feel like
Wait, let me
saying.
Yeah.
Can I tag in just to help you just a little bit? I think also what social media does is that it exposes you to all these things, but it doesn't give you the consequences of all these things.
Yeah.
Now you're wanting to do these things,
Exactly.
but you don't want the consequences that follow with all the things that come with it.
A normal person would see that Free the Nipple movement and be like, okay, they're protesting against certain things. But someone who's deranged, because I think rapists and perpetrators, violent perpetrators, there's something in their mind that doesn't click properly, that tells them that what you're doing is wrong. Because clearly they don't think they're wrong, that's why they're doing it. They just feel like they want to do it. There's something in their mind that's messed up, that's like, it's not wrong. They can be good at school and great academic and great businessman or whatever, but something in their mind is wrong. And when you're out there, freeing the nipple or whatever, you've got a good cause, you're not doing it for bad reasons, you fighting for your cause or whatever, but that messed up thing in their mind is going to trigger something else, and I just feel like there are better ways to do something with a more positive outcome.
People forget that we are all brands.
Yeah.
You as an individual, you are a brand.
Yeah.
So you can be posting nudes here, thinking, oh, I'm young, I'm free, I'm only 21. 3 years down the line, your picture's on Google, you search your name, it's there.
But
People will always see that, and you may not even get that specific job, even though it was the company of your dream, because of the consequences of your image. It's bringing him down. Free the nipple for who? For what? Feminism, pardon.
Yeah, I also don't believe in that freedom of all, whatever. It's well, I can't say much about it because I didn't. Maybe it's my ignorance. I didn't do my research about it, so I can't really say much about it. So I'm just gonna zip it when it comes to that. But I don't believe in it. You know, it just
like by you showing your boobs, what difference does it make? For me personally, I feel like you can make a stand, but without doing that, it's higgy.